Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to the ninth episode of Dr. Chess.
911, what's your emergency?
So, guys, how did you like that intro music? Was it good? This is something that was sent to me by Prakhar, who is a viewer of Chess Base India videos and who's someone very young and talented. And he decided to send this to me, and very thankful to Prakhar for doing this. Okay, so, guys, let's get rolling. All those who would like to join in can join the Discord room over there. The link is in the description. You can join in. There's a Dr. Chess room and there's an appointment lobby. So, you need to wait in the appointment lobby. We have the queue bot now. So, basically, no one can break the queue. So, let's get rolling. Okay, so here is my Discord, and I am in the Dr. Chess room. The first patient is Kimaya. Let me see.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Kimaya. Can you switch on your camera?
Yeah, sure.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all good.
You're
How are
good?
you?
I'm good. So tell us, Kimaya, about yourself. First of all, where do you live? When did you begin playing chess? And how strong are
Uh,
you?
I live in Kalyan. I am playing chess seriously since 3 years, and I'm 1349 classical.
1349 is your classical rating. Okay, and you live in Kalyan in Mumbai. So what's the chess problem that you are facing?
Actually, thing is, I have a doubt in Dutch opening,
Okay,
right?
okay,
The line D4 F5 E4.
okay. Let me share my screen with you, and maybe that would be easier. Let me close a few of the windows. Can you see my screen?
Yeah,
Okay, so can you tell me the moves?
so just a second. Now. Oh, yes, something. So it is given that watch the stream. Should I click on that?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Just a second, it is loading. Why isn't it loading?
It's not loading, then maybe you can just tell me the moves and I can help you because it's opening.
Yes.
By the way, guys in the chat, welcome to the show. And well, I didn't want to waste any time today because I want to interact with maximum people, and that's why we got it going right from the word go. Yeah.
D4,
Yes.
F5,
Okay.
4,
Sorry.
E4, E4.
E4. Okay.
Yeah. FE,
Mm-hmm.
Knight C3,
Mm-hmm.
and F6.
By the way, this is known as the Staunton Gambit because after e4 takes knight c3, it's a pawn sacrifice, but for quick development. Yeah, knight f6,
And F3.
f3. Yeah,
Yep. Um, EF3,
Yeah.
knight F3.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I wanted to ask that what can be White's plan to attack castle? Because we have to attack the king side.
Yeah.
So what can be the probable plans? Like first we have to castle quickly, and then what can be the plans?
Okay. First of all, I believe that in this system, after knight c3, knight f6, f3 is one of the moves. There's also one major move here, which is bishop g5 instead of
Yes.
f3. And that is more common. And I think after that, knight c6 scores pretty well for black. So okay, you go f3, which is I think a very logical move. And after e into f3, knight into f3, you get this position. Personally speaking, I would really love playing this with white, because my plan is pretty simple. I want to put my bishop on d3. I want to castle, maybe put my bishop to g5, connect the
Hmm.
rooks with say queen d2, and put my other rook on e1. And somehow
Okay.
I have this very nice cohesive setup, like with attacking pieces open, and I think white has full compensation for a pawn over here.
Yes.
uh,
Sir, and
i
okay.
think i think the main move here is d5
Hmm?
instead of e into f3. So if you are black, and if someone plays this against you, I think you should go d5, because it keeps
Okay.
control on the center. if you
Yes.
if you don't play d5, and if you take e into f3, knight into f3, it's I think not a good idea. It's actually, you see, it's a reversed version of Sicilian Smith Mora Gambit. e4
Oh
c5
yes, yes,
d4
correct.
cd4 c3 dc3 knight c3, right? So for example, let's see
Yes.
it this way: e4 c5 d4 cd c3 and knight c3. And this position, if you look at this, this is sort of playable for white. Of course, it's considered slightly dubious at highest level. But if this is playable, then definitely you can assume that here f3 takes knight f3. This should be very playable for white, because then the f pawn is gone and the king is slightly weak,
Okay.
right? So here I would say that just continue. Let's should we look, can you see my screen or you cannot?
No,
The
I'm
chessboard.
watching the stream for that.
Ah, you're watching the stream. Okay, cool. So I believe that if I search this position in Mega Database, I will find at least few games. There are no grandmasters, I think, who have played this with white. But still, let's just look at a random position, a random game here, which is Gavritenkov. By the way, this 3D board, I should do something about it. Rohit Atalya, thank you so much for your super chat. Says Guru Dakshina, including last 2 days which I missed due to work. Thank you, Rohit. Ooh, this 3D board was just too, with the screen share and everything. Maybe it became too much to handle.
Mhm.
Just a second. Okay, let's do it just one more time. Okay, so d4, f5, e4, the Staunton Gambit, fe, knight c3, knight f6, f3, ef, knight f3. And good. Now it opened in a 2D board. And So here after knight f3, black played d5, white went bishop d3. Again, simple
Okay.
development. g6, he castled. Bishop g7, he went bg5. So you see the same plan. Yeah, look, put your bishop on d3, put the bishop on d5, queen d2, and then you kind of bring your rook over to e1. In this position, white immediately went bishop h6, bishop takes, queen takes, bg4, and the main advantage is that this e5, e6, e7 pawns are, all of these squares and pawns are backward and weak. So he's putting pressure on f3. He wants to win the d4 pawn after bishop g4, but white goes knight g5, and already the attack is breaking through because rook into f6 is a threat. He played e6, and I believe that here rook into f6 might already be winning, but he played knight into h7, which is, I guess, equally strong. If you take knight into h7, then after queen g6, king h8, queen h7, it's a mate.
Yes. Mate.
And if you play, he played bishop f5, but then after bishop into f5, gf5, rook f3 was already a big
Yes.
attack. I mean, you get the feel, yeah, like there are so many weaknesses in black's position that black shouldn't be taking e into f3. Black should play d5 and keep the pawn in the center. Although this is quite ugly, but at the same time you're a pawn up, and it's not so easy to win this, and bishop d3 is not easy, knight f3 is not easy, so that is why I would say you should play this as
Okay.
black. Yeah, but if he takes ef3, you should be like, wow, thank you so much for that pawn, and checkmate him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And sir, I have also chosen commerce at now in 11th.
You have taken commerce, you are in
Yeah.
11th.
Uh,
Okay.
just finished boards.
Just finished 10th grade. Fantastic. Okay.
And I also wanted to say,
Okay.
so how did you manage between chess and studies?
Well, I think overall you need some support from the family first of all. If basically your family doesn't support you, it creates a lot of stress. If they tell you that you have to study, you shouldn't play chess and stuff like that on a daily basis, it's not easy. My family was very supportive. They said, okay, we will let you play any tournaments that you want, and you study whenever you can. So basically, for my foundation, or you can say the entrance examination,
Yeah,
CPT, sorry, CPT, at
CPT.
that point I studied for a month or so. It's not such a tough exam, and I cleared it. For IPCC, uh, I think someone is cooking, yeah, food.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
what is cooking?
I guess mummy is making sandwiches.
What, sandwich?
Yeah,
Oh,
this is.
oh, nice. Okay, so um, I studied for 3 months, and for finals I studied around 4 to 5 months. But it's
Okay.
easy to kind of, if you like chess, it can be a nice way to unwind after studying. And in general, it shouldn't be too difficult to pursue it. Especially, let's say, if you want to make chess your career, then maybe it's very difficult because you have to spend time here. But if you want to
Yes.
continuously keep on improving on both fronts, maybe it's not so tough.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
No, I have support because I played the matches even in December before exam.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that is
yeah.
okay.
Just keep working on both, and whenever, just try to reduce the other time waste that you do. Like for example, I was in Podar College, and a lot
Okay.
of people, like all my friends, would meet all the time, and then go to some cafe and then spend a lot of time meeting each other. And while that was also fun, I found it more important to go back home and practice chess and analyze positions. I enjoyed that more. So if you really want to pursue chess, then you will have to sacrifice some things. Like you may have to
Yeah.
sacrifice going out with your friends or stuff like this. which should come naturally. It shouldn't be a force. Like it shouldn't be,
Yeah.
oh, I have to do
Yeah.
this. It should be like, yeah, I like chess more than this and I can do that.
Thank you, sir.
I'm very glad that you are taking this seriously, Kimaya, and you have been following a lot of streams. So keep doing that and keep improving. Yeah, keep working on chess.
Yes, sure, sure. Yes, I want to do both the things.
Yes, you can. You can always. It's very much
Yes,
possible.
because I wanted to prove that both the things can be balanced.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
know.
even I scored
But you want to prove
95%
to whom?
in ICS. No, actually, my teachers were like, okay, do studies. Even I got a silver medal in SGFI
Yes,
under 17 girls. So my teachers were like, now you got, now you study. They did not have any value for that. Like,
true, true. Yeah,
so I wanted to show that I can do both the things together.
it's
So
good.
that's
It's good to kind of have this feeling within you that you want to do both. But always keep in mind that you do things for yourself and not to prove anyone. Because if you enjoy doing it, it'll be just natural. And so keep at it. Kima, I know I have met you at a few tournaments and I
yes.
know how dedicated you are. So keep going. By the way, nice shirt. Yeah, which one is it? It's a Chess Base India.
This is the chess mascot.
Oh, fantastic. Very nice. Okay. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.
The disconnect.
Yes, please do disconnect. Shubham Shah says, Good morning, Sagar. Came Cho could not attend previous because exams hati. So, amna super chat karo jo love from Texas, USA. Thank you, Shubham. Super chat karwa mate and join karwa mate. Very nice. Thank you for being here. Yash Karwa, sorry, Dr. Saab, can't join Discord since work from home. But my doubt after opening is I don't know what to do in QGD as black. Yash, I think what you can do is just go here, go to YouTube on Chessbase India. There is one playlist dedicated to improving your openings. I think it's here. Improve your opening with Sagar. And in that, there is this Queen's Gambit declined. Just go over it. I think you will get some good ideas from that. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, a lot of cooker OP. Yeah. uh, who is the next person in the queue? Nikhilesh. Okay, Nikhilesh. Where can I find him? Yes, here he is. So I'll move to Dr. Chess. Hello, Nikhilesh.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Finally here. I'm really happy.
Fantastic. Can you switch on your camera?
Just give me a second. See if it works. Can you see me?
Yes, yes. Hi, Nikhilesh. How are you doing? And tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm doing great. And I've been following your channel since I don't know 2 years. You were doing open tournaments. You used to live stream. Very interesting it was, and I used to try solving the finding the next move and stuff like that, which is very interesting. And to see your channel grow, sir, it's a pleasure. It's just to be a part of this journey.
Thank you.
I mean, it's wonderful,
Uh, do you,
especially after
do you
what the
also
comedians have.
comment on our when the live streams are going on? Is your second name Prabhakar or
I mean, almost every day I'm I'm watching. It's like
fantastic?
it's become a part of my routine these days. So it's not a day that goes by that I miss a show. Like even yesterday morning also I was watching, and yesterday what a beautiful covering of the Karokan. I'm a Karokan player myself, and I really loved what Swapnil sir did, showing a bit of different variations.
I'm
It
glad.
was
I'm
wonderful.
glad you enjoyed it, and thank you for following Chessbase India for so many years. And tell me about yourself. How strong are you, and how can I help you
Uh,
chess wise?
I don't know how strong I am. I'm around 1300 classical and maybe around 1900 or 1850 in chess.com. So I don't know. Maybe I've improved. So the last time I played classical tournament was, I guess, 2 to 3 years ago. I just wanted to play one because it's been so long, so I had to go and play one.
Hmm.
And then once this pandemic came, I came across a lot of chess videos and chess streams from chess.com and the POG champs, and then Samay was streaming, and it was entertaining at first, and then I something inside me was like, oh, I have to come back to chess because I felt like I left it really halfway
Why
after
did you
school.
leave chess?
I don't know. In eighth, ninth, I was really interested in chess. Like I had rivalry with my schoolmates, and every time I used to go to some tournament, whether it's some local tournament, I used to enjoy seeing the games. But then I think after 10th, I don't know what, like maybe the pressure of being in boards and the worry of what's going to happen, like that just stopped my whole, progress in chess. So it like came to a full stop. And then once I came to college, I was in the college team. I was playing games just for fun. I mean,
Hmm.
I never took it seriously after that. But then uh, once I think that every now and then when I go to a tournament, I'll just do some 1 week of preparation. Like it's not a federated, never a federated tournament. But then after I came across your daily routine of posting, videos and live streaming stuff, there's so many videos I want to talk about. Like the improvement I've seen in the comedians, it's amazing. It's really amazing. I'm actually like shocked to see like so much improvement. Like at the start they used to miss spokes and stuff, and now they're calculating long lines, which is the I need to give props to you for that, sir.
Thank
Seriously,
you.
it's
Thank you
it's
so much.
amazing.
I think in general, if anyone works on chess like they do, I mean, they are really, for example, they don't just come to my show, they also practice after it. They play a lot
I
of
know.
games. So that really helps. I think that keeps them in shape.
And I think that their determination is what is invigorated that craving for me to play chess again and to become a good player.
Yeah.
So I would request you one thing, like all of us are working hard, the community is working hard to improve their chess. I think after your 100 episode series and after you cover the Olympiad, I really want you to go back to tournaments, sir, like playing tournaments.
Play
It would be
tournaments.
a good like it'll be really uplifting for the whole community. The chess
Sure.
based community was following.
Okay,
So
I
that
will,
would
I
be
will, I will try to do my best on that front. Niklesh, tell me
sure.
something. How can I help you chess wise? Is there any issues that I can help you with?
Yeah, actually, I have questions regarding my play and how to, like I'm going to ask general questions, not about openings, because I'm sure like there are a lot of people who want to cover openings. But just to give a bit about myself, at the start, I was a very aggressive player. Absolutely, like on the board, any attacking line, sack anything. So my mentor was Hanumanta sir from Chess Shoots. He was
Right.
I was in Bangalore at that time, and all his openings were Gambit openings. He used to play Smith Mora Gambit, the Evans Gambit, and from black for d4 he used to play e5. I mean he does play solid openings now and then, but like that's how I was brought up in chess.
Hmm. Hmm.
And to transition from that into something positional, because I feel like right now all at this level at least none of those stuff really work for I mean, it might work for blitz for, but for classical, you need to really, really prepare those lines in depth and to find stuff on board for the sharp lines in the Evans Gambit and all is very difficult. I mean, I saw this one game recently in chess.com where I think Alpha Zero or Leela Chess Zero played the Evans Gambit. I think I should link that in the chat. It was very amazing, and it was a very sharp line after e4 e5 knight f3 knight c6. It was some bishop a5 line where the bishop goes back to b6, plays d6 queen d7, and knight a5, and the white queen would be on b3, and uh, bishop will be on c4, and white plays a4. I really don't know the exact move order, but it was, and there will be a knight sack and knight takes e5, which was amazing. Like just to see. I mean, okay, I'm really deviating from topic.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what I'm trying to
So,
say.
so I understand. So, because when you share your issue on chess, I can help
Mhm.
you with it, and then maybe whatever questions you have, I can try to.
Yeah. So my question was, how do I know I'm improving in chess first of all? Because all I've been doing the last few months is play Blitz, and my rating has of course improved, but I don't know how much my understanding has improved until I go to a tournament. And
Right.
how do I improve my positional understanding is what I really want to like uh, get into. Like, do I study games, or do I what type of schedule I should have for before a tournament? How should I prepare for my positional understanding? That's my main goal. Like
I
I
don't
play
know
the
how good
garrison.
you are, but let me give you a position to solve. If you are okay with it, can you see my
Yeah,
screen?
I'm sure. Uh, One second. Let me watch your screen.
On Discord, if you click on watch stream, maybe that could also help.
I'm seeing your screen right
So I have a certain position that I prepared for today,
now. Oh wow. Okay.
and maybe
So
that
I'm
could
gonna
be
be put on the spot right now.
right. Of course, because you want to test your positional decision making,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
um,
Okay. Let's see. So it's black to move now.
yeah. One second. Let me just. There are a couple of things. One second. Where did this go? Okay, so here in this position, you can see the board,
Okay.
and
So what was black's last move?
yeah, so here the question is that in this position, let's go a little bit further. Bishop f8, knight a4, knight to e4, and here I played the move uh, knight d4.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, you can
You're
see
trying
the
to
board.
double your rook. Yes, I can see that.
Okay. Mm, and the question is, how should uh, black continue in this position?
Black continue.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so it's an isolated queen's pawn, and black should aim at piece activity. Um,
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
and you should try to avoid any battery in the d file. So my idea would be somehow to exchange the stronger pieces like the rooks, and I mean not to exchange is the first priority, but okay. So you played knight e4.
Yeah,
Idea is
my
to just
last
to
move was
barricade.
knight d4, and I thought that I'm playing a very good move positionally. I want to exchange pieces, but at
Mhm.
at the end of it, I think this was a mistake.
Oh, okay.
So my opponent went bishop d7 here, but what should he have done in this position?
I'm seeing if actually knight takes d4 works, but knight takes d4, rook takes d4. No,
Let's
please
say
don't
if
move.
rook takes,
Okay.
it's possible, but let's assume that he takes with the bishop, and
Okay,
it's a
bishop takes
very
d4 is
very
not that.
anti-intuitive move to take on d4, but uh,
Yeah, that's the idea. No, the thing is, the knight is stronger over there, is what I feel. But the bishop, like there was this one video which you showed the same thing. But I'm trying to see if black can make any progress after that. Like b5, knight c3. Um, no, b5 he'll just come knight.
Yeah,
That's
b5,
obviously
knight c5 may be also good.
knight c5. Yeah. That's not good for.
But yeah, in
Yeah,
the
queen
game,
h5.
queen
Queen
h4.
h4.
So the thing is, whenever you are looking at positional play, the first thing that you should note is which are the pawns or the points in the position which are undefended. So for example, here f2 is a soft spot which was being attacked once and defended once. So queen h4 naturally comes to mind.
Yeah.
But then he goes g3 and you go queen h3. And I felt during the game that this was better for me, but it wasn't.
Bishop
Uh,
f1.
Sorry?
Like white plays bishop f1.
Yeah, bishop. So bishop f1 might be a decent move here, but then he goes queen f5, put some
Okay,
pressure
yeah.
on this pawn. I don't
And
know,
then
but
white has to defend passively.
yeah, what do you think after this move? What is the evaluation according
Black.
to you? What should black play here? So actually, my real question is here. What should black play here? By the way, while you think, I have a super chat from Weibo Saraswat who says I've started playing chess a month ago, and from 800 I'm now 274 rated. What? Should I continue playing chess? Is there a
think
possibility of improvement? Really, Weibo? From 800 you went to 274.
maybe it's 1274.
I'm not sure. I think 274 is what he says. But Vaibhav, you need to send a few games to me or maybe join Dr. Chess, and I would like to see some of your games to understand where are you going wrong. That would help. But Niklesh, how do you continue here? What are the moves that come to your mind?
Uh, okay, trying to make some sort of break in the G file, I feel. But okay, F5 is one move that comes to mind. Secondly, uh, okay, I'm thinking, I don't know, this is a long term plan, but to exchange the bishops and somehow get the knight to F3. But I don't know how that's possible. Like, maybe because the
But do
bishop,
you see that this
like,
pawn is hanging here?
I mean, that doesn't matter for me that much.
How does it not matter? Because
I mean, all of White's pieces are passive. I feel. Okay, wait. After knight takes b7, rook can come to c7, but still, like, I don't see any initiative for White as such. He has to slowly improve his position on the queen side. Like, of course, knight takes b7 is there, but then after rook b8, he'll just come back. Wait, rook b8, there's bishop takes a8. Uh,
no,
so
so
rook.
first try to think of black's move here. So it's a very normal thing. First of all, you have to see that he's attacking your knight here. He may be planning to
Okay.
take it. Second is he's trying to take here. So if you look at it, you rightly pointed out that black has an isolated pawn, so he shouldn't be exchanging pieces. But here is a very nice decision. I think in the chat as well, people, you can think about it. What should black do? It's a very interesting position. And also it's very tempting. There are a few very tempting moves. And you need to come up with candidate moves. You need to think of options for yourself. So here, what are the options for black? You were talking
Sure.
about
So
moves like,
I'm just thinking if you just exchange everything and get the rook to e5. No, rook to e5 is not
but
possible.
how?
Queen h5.
This bishop is there.
Just oh yeah, yeah. Exchange everything. Go bishop g4 and somehow get the rook. But it's too slow,
And also the
right?
point is that you may lose this pawn on d5 Also, the queen is pretty active. It can join in, and also it controls the e5 square. So it's not so simple. By the way, a lot of people in the chat suggest knight takes f2, king into f2, queen h2, king e1, and then b6. I mean, just to take and try to play this, or even just take here and get 3 pawns for a piece. But I believe that this position is completely better for white. The reason is that the king is safe here. Rook g1 will come next. And also, if you were to play, let's say, b6 here, and I take, let's say, on e6, and you want to give a check, I can always block it with bishop c3. So it's in a way not like a winning position. It's not giving you the edge. So that is the reason why a very, very brilliant move here, and this is not at all easy to find, is bishop into c5. And not many people will give up their bishop for the knight.
Yeah, bishop into c5.
No, and the concept, look at this. After bishop c5, now try to think what will you play. So if you can understand this concept, see, positional play is nothing but knowing what are the weaknesses in the position, what are the right exchanges in the position. So here you need to think of all of these things.
Still somehow want to get my rook, but it doesn't make sense.
So normal people here would go knight rook d8, maybe just get their rook, or rook c8. But if you are thinking positionally, you will see the weaknesses in the position, squares which are not defended by the pawns. What are the weaknesses that you can spot here?
f2.
Okay,
Then
f2 is one. So yeah, knight f2 we already saw that it is a tempting move, but it's not working. Takes, queen h2, king e1, and then the king sits safe here. I put my bishop on d4, and then I use my rooks on the king side.
there's so many light squares weakness, but then bishop f1 comes at the right time. That's what I'm thinking.
Very good, Ilam Parthi, you found the right move. Here it's very important to understand that because these pawns are on dark squares, the light squares are slightly weak. So how can you take advantage of that?
Is it possible to play? I don't know. Somehow play bishop f5 and bishop e4 maneuver, but I can't see that happening.
But this guy is a very important defender of the light squares. Can you get rid of it?
Okay. So the only thing that comes to my mind. Okay, wait. Let me just think for some time. Let's see. Bishop g4 is the only move I see.
And bishop g4 is a very good move. It's also a pawn sacrifice in a way, because after takes, the d5 pawn is hanging here. But let's say after a move like knight g5, this is all weak. h3, f3, all the light squares, you see. So basically, what is positional play? I would say couple of things. One is trying to understand where the weaknesses are. I don't know if you have checked those episodes on improving chess in the morning, where we talk about weaknesses, where I speak about what is a weakness, how to identify a weakness, and all of that. So if you can go back there and try to understand how to identify weaknesses, and then trying to understand which are the right pieces to exchange in the position, I think you'll already become a very strong positional player. Because here it's very difficult to make these two exchanges. First of all, take bishop with the knight, because our mind is kind of tuned not to give up the bishop for a knight. We always want to keep a bishop. So here
but after bishop g4, just bishop f1, I was thinking, but
yes, possible. But then queen h5.
And then you move the rook away.
Where?
D4, I guess.
D4?
Yeah.
But then I try to either pursue you to exchange,
Or
or I
knight
go
into
knight g5 with the idea. You see, I'm still anyway making use of these light square weaknesses.
I mean, it's not an immediate. Uh,
It's not
okay,
an
yeah, it's still
immediate win, but I think it's very powerful. For example,
yeah, it's powerful.
how do you continue? You can't take the pawn because of a discovered check and you lose the rook. You can't play.
You have
Let's
to
say you go
play
bishop g2. Then I will
then knight in,
I will anyway go knight f3 check.
yeah, then bishop into, and then you have to go h4. But yeah, that's the
But
only
this is
thing.
already very dangerous position. You see, the
Sorry,
bishop
but
is
yeah.
a monster.
Mm-hmm. It's really bad to play for. But another idea which I had was after taking everything to go some sort of rook lift, but that doesn't seem to work because h6 is there.
Yeah. It's not working out. And the most important thing in chess is sometimes to have a variety of ideas, not just get stuck at one, because if it doesn't work, then you often get stuck into it.
Okay, so an important question I have here is like, of course, you have to see candidate moves and different variations, but how do you, after doing all that, determine if this is the right, like, of course, you need to be strong in visualization, but how do you determine that this idea is trumping the other two ideas you have?
Now, for example, what are the other ideas I have? Could be like take, and I see that this is going to be quite a dull position for myself because he will go rook d4. He will gang up on this pawn, and my bishop is kind of passive. So okay, I
Okay, let's
put
say,
that in mind.
what about f5, direct f5? Which,
Where
I mean,
here?
yeah, I mean, knight takes b7 is there.
Yeah, I would be very afraid of giving up a pawn without any, and you have also closed your bishop, so I don't see any real benefit of that.
There's no g5 f4 push which
Yes,
works.
but it's too slow. I mean, for example, let's say f5, I take, you play
Yeah, you need to
g5.
calculate.
I have already like bishop f1 trying to kick your queen away,
Yeah,
and then I
it's
can
not
play my queen to b2 and control this. I think it's a free pawn for me.
okay. So, like
So I
coming
have
back
one
to like,
suggestion to you, Nikhilesh. There is a book called, which I liked very much when I was around growing up, for positional chess. It's called "Can You Be a Positional Chess Genius" by Angus Dunnington.
okay,
Okay, if you can get that book, it's a beautiful one. It has, every chapter has 15 positions. From easy it goes on to difficult level, and once you solve that book, I would say Positional Play by Jakob Agard is the next book, which is also, it's a slightly
it,
advanced book.
that Yakov Akar series itself, I mean, I've seen some positions from it. It's even you covered some videos on Yakov Akar, uh, like puzzles. So difficult there. I mean, I've seen uh, how much calculation you need to do for those. I think it's called positional thinking or something like that. Not
Yeah.
really sure the name of the book.
Yeah, I mean, Jakob Agard's books are quite tough in that sense because a lot of calculation is involved. But if out of the entire series, if there's one book which is easily digestible, it's the Positional Play book, because he gives three rules for positional play, which are, what are the weaknesses in the position. So for example, if we look at this very example and try to make use of these rules and try to find what are the moves, he says, what are the weaknesses in the position, what is my opponent's idea, and the third one
Mhm.
is, what is my worst placed piece. So if you think in these terms, all the three may not work in every position, but here it's clear, it's about weaknesses, and it's also about the worst placed piece. If I can go bishop g4 and exchange it for a pawn here, I am actually getting lot of counterplay on the light squares, and this is a very good positional decision. So these three questions can be very useful to make the right positional decisions. What are the weaknesses, what is my opponent's plan, and what are my worst placed pieces.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Nikhilesh, I would say, try to make a comeback to chess, and it would be very nice if you, I think you live in Bangalore.
Uh, I used to live in Bangalore. Now after college, I'm staying in Chennai right now.
Chennai, okay.
So Yeah.
and
So if any tournament will be very
I
difficult.
think in Chennai
I'm sure.
there will be a lot of tournaments that will soon begin because it's like the chess hub
Oh,
of India.
yeah, but as I was so interested in finding out what the next tournament was. As far as I know, it's something. I mean, maybe in October
Yes,
in
yes.
Bangalore.
For now, work
Mm.
on this. Can you be a
Yeah,
positional chess genius? I think it's a nice book. 15 positions in
and
each chapter into I
so
think 10
what would
chapters.
you recommend? How long do you sit on a position or before checking the
I
solution and
think
all?
I think firstly, when you are learning some new concepts, you should not worry about time. This is also said by Anand, by many trainers. They are like, first, don't worry about the time. First, try to understand the concept as well as you can. So here, time is not of the essence. Once you start understanding it better, then you try to reduce the time. So firstly, even if it takes you say half an hour to solve something, be calm,
Oh,
be patient, try to grasp things.
okay,
Okay.
that's good advice. Thank you.
All right, Nicholas, take care. Thank you for joining in. And I
It was a
hope to see
pleasure.
you
It
and
was a pleasure.
stay connected with Chessbase India. Bye bye.
Definitely, sir. Bye bye.
Okay, so that was Niklesh. Very enthusiastic about chess, and I'm glad that he is thinking of making a comeback. Okay, let's see who's next here. Uday Tiwari. Oh, Uday Tiwari makes sure he comes in every sessions. I'll try to just get an update from him as to how are things going for him. He's this young boy whom I suggested to work on 100 endgames you should know. Let's see what Uday has to say. Uday, hi, can you hear me? Gayatri Mokashi says, will bishop g4 be met with f3? Nice question, Gayatri. Nice question. Till Uday joins in, I think I can try to see. If f3 here, try to think what is the problem with this move. What is the problem with f3? It's a very good question because it attacks e4 and g4. Weibo Saraswat says appointment queue is too long. Want to register for next week? Dr. Chess, how to do? Weibo, can you send me your games somehow? I don't know on say chessbaseindia at gmail.com, or can you send me your games? I mean on Discord also. So then I can have a look. Maybe 274, and I can help you. Maybe you will start improving. 1 week is a long time to not improve, so you can just do that. But f3, guys, yeah, very good, Gayatri. Knight into g3, because after takes, yeah, Uday, 1 second. Queen into g3, and this is just because if you take on g4, knight into e2 is coming, so you take here, and I believe this is already a dangerous attack. For example, this is a checkmate, and if he goes to h1, many ways I would say bishop into f3 looks strong, but also rook e5 looks very tempting in general to checkmate. Maybe he will have to sacrifice the queen, but yeah, just take here seems simpler. Take, next move, go rook e4, enter the rook, it should be a mate. Okay, right, so let's go to Uday. And Uday, can you switch on your camera?
Sir,
Hi
hello,
Uday,
sir.
how are you?
I'm pretty amazing. How about you?
Very good. How is your chess going?
It's going pretty amazing after you have given me the advice of just look for checks, captures, threats, and tactical ideas on a position. And after reading 2, 3 articles about calculation, I've been doing pretty amazing.
Really?
Yes,
How's your online rating been?
like I've been playing on Chess, and like I don't know.
You don't know your rating?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Like it may be around 900, I think.
Okay. Well, it's okay to have a low rating as long as you are trying improving on chess. That's the most important thing. So, as you said, things are going well. Anything I can help you with?
I've been reading about articles based on calculation and I've been reading tips to how to improve calculation. So I've been struggling on visualization. So yesterday night only I studied an article on visualization, how to improve visualization. So there was exercise which was you need to think the board in your mind and then you have to say the color of the square.
Okay.
So I practiced that for 15 minutes, and then the thing happened that I learned the pattern. For example, like if you say any square, so I've learned that A1 is a black, so like that. So I'm unable to recognize the board. So can you give me some tips to visualization?
Can you now recognize which color is which square?
Yeah, but I can recognize, but not seeing but not thinking the board. I can recognize by
Okay.
my
I think it's a lot of
recognize.
practice. It's a lot of practice. For example, if you ask any square to me, somehow in my mind, it's all light black, light black. For example, if you say E3, I can instantly say it's a dark square. G5 dark square. F4 dark square. E4 light square, C4 light square, B7 light square, G7 dark square. It's basically because the board is in my mind, and this I didn't try for it as such. It just by playing it happened. But in your case, what you can do is you can check a board, and I think there are certain tricks which people have been saying here. If you start from the A file, every odd number is a dark square. Every
Yeah,
b b file, every even number is a light square. Oh, sorry, what am I saying? Dark square. Yeah, Uday.
yes, sir. So if you give me tips, how can I practice that?
I believe that, for example, you need to try and get the board in your head. This is how can I say it? Let's try to do one small exercise. Okay, can you try to visualize the chessboard in your mind? Okay, white king is on G1. Can you visualize white king on
Like it's
G1?
it's a little bit blur, but yeah, I can
Okay, white rook is on E1.
yes.
Okay, guys, in the chat also try to think about this position. Black king is on G8. And black pawns are on H7, G7 and
Yes.
F7.
Okay.
White to play. What will you play? Can I repeat the position again? White king is
I
on
think
G1. White rook is on
yes, sir.
E1. Black king is on G8. Pawn is on H7, G7, F7.
Yeah, so rook e8 would be a checkmate, I think.
See, you already can visualize. Do you have a chessboard with you?
Like it would be inside my
No,
house.
no,
Like
but
I've
right
been
now you
sitting.
don't have it, right? You just thought in your mind. Did you? You didn't even think about. You didn't get a chessboard. You didn't set up a position. I didn't set it up for you. You just found the move. How did you do it?
Like that was visualization.
Then you know it already. So in your mind, did you put a king on G1? Did you put a king on G8?
Yes.
Did you put a rook on E1?
Yes.
Is the rook on a light
Yes.
square or a dark square on E1?
Even dark square.
Yes, very good. See, you are understanding. So try to put those things into practice. Like take any position. Now let me give you a slightly tougher one because you solved the first one right. Okay, are you ready? Guys, in the chat as well. You can close your eyes and try to think about it. White king on g1.
Yes.
Queen on a1.
Yes.
Okay. White knight on g5. It's becoming tough, yeah? This time there are 3 pieces. White king on g1, queen on a1, knight on g5. Okay. Now black king is on g8. And he has pawns on h7, g7, h7 and g7, and he has a queen on b8.
Okay.
Okay, so it's your move. Oh, sorry, rook on b8. I'm sorry, rook on b8, not a queen.
No problem.
So let me repeat the position. White king on g1, queen on
I
a1.
get the answer.
You got it?
Queen capture g7, I think.
No, knight. See, knight is on g5, not h5. G5. So queen a1, knight g5, king is on g1. So these are the 3 white pieces. King g1, queen a1, knight g5. Black king is on g8, pawn is on g7, h7, and rook is on b8. All those who say queen h7, guys, that's first queen is on a1, so it can't go to h7. Is there any check you can see, Uday, in the position?
Yes, I'm recording.
It's a very tough position. But you see, you're working hard. Your visualization is growing. Can you see any check in the position from white? Where can white's queen give a check to the king? Vaibhav, you can be on the in the appointment lobby, and over there you can just chat. You can send to Chessbase India and then be in the appointment lobby so I can find you.
I think one check is on queen on a2.
Very good, very good. Queen on a2. Now I play king f8. What do you do? King goes to f8. It's a mate in 1. Can you find it? Some people are saying, please show the chessboard. We can't see anything. Guys, try. I will show you. This is something that you have to learn. Okay?
Queen f7.
Hmm?
I think queen f7.
Very good. Queen f7 is a mate. Now to queen a2 check. If he goes to h8, what do you do?
Bishop f7. No, knight f7, I think.
Then king g8.
And I think queen a2.
Queen is on a2 already. Queen a2 check. King h8. Now you went knight f7.
Knight f7. So
King g8. It's very.
knight g5.
If you come back, he will go back. Knight g5, king h8 again. He will go inside. Very well tried. See, Uday, you are very close, to the answer, but you can already visualize. You can see queen a2 is a check. You can see after king h8, knight f7 is a check. So you're good at it. Just keep doing it always. Just keep thinking. Whenever I say some moves, try to think without a chessboard. Many people in the chat right now say we don't understand a thing. We can't understand what's going on. You can understand. Means your visualization skills are already good. Work on it. Okay, my suggestion is take some positions or some things which we have on our chessbase india. I don't know Instagram, if you follow, we have a position there. It's too tough maybe, but take any position from a book. Like let me give you an example. Let's say this is a book I have here. I open a position here. You can't see it. Okay, maybe in the stream later you can watch it. So I open a position,
Yes.
and I just see all the pieces, and then I give myself 30 seconds, and then I close the book, and then I try to think if I can place each and every piece the way I saw it. Okay, try doing this for visualization. What is it? Take a position, open the book, see all the pieces. Okay, see all of them, then 30 seconds after that close the book, then take a book, a normal notebook, and write down where each of the pieces were, and close your eyes and see if you can visualize the full position. On the first day you won't get anything, but if you keep doing that again and again, you will become perfect at it. Okay, Uday?
Since I have got a woodpecker method, so if you could suggest me like how much puzzles do I do a day?
100 puzzles a day.
Yes, sir.
100 puzzles a day.
100 puzzles a day.
Yes. Do you have school right now?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm having schools, and like there's, for example, I'm having 1.5 hours. So how much?
1.5 only. Come on, Uday. I thought you are completely dedicated to chess. You are giving a lot of time. Okay, try to at least do 25 puzzles a day. Okay, but
Thank you,
that
sir.
wouldn't happen in 1.5 hour. You need to give more time. It will take you maybe 2.5, 3 hours to do that. 25 in a day. Try it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Bye.
Bye, sir.
By the way, guys, the position I gave to Uday was this one, and to all of you, Queen A1. So first of all, think in your head: King G1, Queen A1, Knight G5, Black King H8, Rook B8, and pawns on H7 G7. Now when I give this to you on the board, it's very clear that after Queen A2 check, King F8, this is a checkmate. But if he goes to H8, this was the tough part for Uday. He could see check, he could see this, but he couldn't see the follow-up, which was Knight H6 double check. So you need to move the king. If you go to F8, it's a mate. If you go to H8, there is Queen G8 check, Rook takes G8, Knight F7 mate. Right? So this is what I wanted. It was a tough one, but this is how visualization improves, and I'm going to work on this with all of you guys to improve your visualization. If you can start seeing the board clearly in your head, you will become a better chess player. You don't need a chessboard often to play chess. Okay. By the way, I did say to Uday to solve 100 positions. Maybe it was a bit too tough for him. But in general, people who are working on chess all the time are doing this. You know, they are solving a lot of puzzles in a day. And Vidit himself said that when he wanted to get better at chess, he was solving 1,000 puzzles in a week. That means, you know, all these things that he's doing right now so quickly didn't happen out of the blue. He put in those hours and efforts. If you too want to improve, try to do that. Let's go to the next person on the show who is there. By the way, Vaibhav was going to send me some. I think this is Vaibhav, if I'm not wrong. He sent me the games. Okay, Vaibhav, we will look at, this is your games, right? We'll look at these games and I'll suggest you how you can improve at the end of the session. Okay, meanwhile, let's go to the queue. Who's next? Hiram Bhagwat. Okay, let's get Hiram here. Hello, Hiram.
Yeah,
Hiram, can you switch on your camera?
yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. Hello, sir.
Hi, Hiram. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great.
So tell me, how are you doing and how can I help you?
I'm doing great. Actually, I want. Yeah, hello, sir. So, am I
Yeah,
audible?
very much, very much. Where are you from?
I'm from Pune. So,
Pune. Fantastic, very close. And how strong are you at
yeah.
chess?
I'm my highest rating was 1786. So, I'm a 1786 rated player.
You have a FIDE rating, okay?
Yeah.
And do you play chess actively or what do you do? What's your profession?
Yeah. Uh, so,
Are you playing
professionally,
a chess game right now while talking to me?
no. I was following your stream on Google, but it was mismatching. I mean, the audio and this uh, s- um,
Yeah, no, of course. The stream
the
is a little
Discord
bit
was,
lagging, of
yeah,
course.
yeah. Actually, I had two questions. So I actually wanted to show you a game,
Okay.
uh, and I wanted to ask you what improvements can I do there. So
Have you sent me the game?
no. So we can I can tell you the moves. So can we just
Okay,
see it on the chessboard?
sure. Okay, so Hiram would like to show a game. His rating is 1786. He he has been playing chess. What's your profession, Hiram, right now?
No, I'm 19 years old. I'm from a commerce stream. I cleared the CA foundation exam,
Wow.
and I was doing that, but the lockdown came, and
And chess is more important now. Okay.
okay, yeah.
So tell me the game.
So yeah, so this is a game which I played against Indian IM, and I actually won the game.
Okay.
But there were some moments in the game which I found very difficult for me.
Who was the
So I would
IM?
like to. Should I disclose it? I mean,
Yeah, why not? I mean, he's lost a game. Everyone loses in chess.
okay. So he was Samir Katmai from
Samir. Okay.
India.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I started with D4.
Yeah.
He played D5.
Can you see the stream? Like, can you see it on
Uh,
Discord? Can you see my screen?
yeah. No, I cannot. Yeah, I can see your chess screen.
D4, D5. Can you see the moves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I played C4.
Mm-hmm.
He played C6.
Okay.
I played a knight C3. He played knight F6,
Mm-hmm.
knight F3,
Okay.
and suddenly he here took D takes C4.
Okay. D takes C4 is a main line, yeah?
Oh, actually I don't know because I think many players play E6 or something like that. So I thought that
E6 is the main move here, and D into C4 is the
okay.
is the main move in the Slav. Yeah. So what did you do?
Oh, yeah, I played A4.
Okay, that's the best move.
Yeah. Uh, Here he played Yeah, here he played a5.
Mm-hmm.
Now I played e4.
Okay.
Now he went bishop to g4.
Okay.
And now I took on c4 here, bishop takes c4. The simple point is that if he takes bishop takes f3,
Yeah.
which he did not do, I can take queen takes f3.
Queen takes. Okay.
Queen takes f3. And after queen takes d4, queen takes d4, I can play queen e2.
Mm.
And the point is now I can play bishop e3 followed by f4 and then castles.
Yeah, I believe you have some
So that was,
compensation for sure, but why
yeah,
not? Why not just take with the G pawn here? I feel that position is also pretty good for you. I don't see any problems. I know that you have kind of moved this pawn, but even after castling, like for example, let's say e6, bishop e3, bishop e7, you can always castle in such positions because king h1, rook g1, the king would be pretty safe here.
oh,
So it's not a such a bad position to double up the pawns
mhm.
here, especially because he gave up his light square bishop. Anyway, so he didn't take right on f3.
Yeah, no. He played e6. Now I played castles.
Okay.
Now he took bishop f3. Now he took bf3. Now queen f3.
Ah, so you still played for this idea. By the way, I still feel
Yeah,
gf3 is
gf3.
completely okay.
Gf3.
I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. So okay, queen f3. He took on d4.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, he has to take,
He has to
otherwise.
take, otherwise you are just two bishops for and a strong pawn center here. So he took on d4. Then you went queen e2.
We need to. Now he played knight bd7.
Okay,
Now I played bishop e3.
makes sense.
Simply he went back queen e5.
Queen e5. Okay, one more tempo. Yeah, let's go f4.
Yeah, f4. Yeah, that's what I saw. And here actually, I mean, I thought that I'm playing against a much stronger player betting wise. So let me just complicate the things up. So by that, I was trying to complicate some position.
You are trying to
He played queen to
complicate.
c7.
Okay. By the way, if queen h5, I
Yeah,
believe that you can take on h5, knight h5, and
yeah,
e5.
and the knight is, yeah. Actually, I didn't see e5, but I just saw that the knight is cornered, and I said that if he plays that, then I should think, because I should not waste time on queen h5, because I was actually pretty sure that he will not play queen h5.
Yeah.
I don't actually like that move because uh, that's the knight is cornered. So he plays queen c7. I played rook a d1. Here actually I also had one more option. I could have played f5 instead of rook a d1. But in the game I thought that principle of the least active piece, so I just played
Yeah,
rook a d1.
I'm fine with rook a d1. That's a
Yeah,
good
rook a
move.
d1.
Did he go bishop c5 here?
Yeah, he should have played bishop c5, but he played bishop to b4.
Mm. Okay. I think usually when your opponent has two bishops, if you can exchange one of them, it at least
One of the bishops.
reduces some of his active play here. Maybe black should be fine because next move he can go queen b6, try to take advantage of this. But okay, he went bishop b4. Samir, by the way, is a very aggressive player. He likes to attack.
Yeah. Here I went f5.
Hmm.
He played e5.
f5 is actually giving up the e5 square, but at the same time you are making use of your lead in development to open up the position, so it's a perfectly viable move. e5 then.
Yeah, and now I played a very interesting looking option, but when I checked it with the engine, so this was the question what I wanted to ask you.
Hmm.
So this here I played bishop to e6.
Okay, very nice. Like
So
Tal,
the
yeah?
point is,
This is Tal
yeah,
Tal. Mikhail
yeah,
Tal.
I like Tal and Kasparov. They are my personal favorites. I just like to attack. I mean, I'm a very attacking player. If it's a defensive way of playing. I'm not very comfortable with that.
Okay.
I'm actually learning that too because I saw some of the videos of Ramesh sir, and so he says that once you reach the 1800s level, you should start seeing the positions. I mean the areas which don't come naturally to you. So that is also and then, but the question I wanted to ask you is I played bishop e6 here. Now the point is if he takes f takes e6, I take f takes e6, and after knight f8,
Yeah.
I take rook takes f6.
Nice, nice. So you are all going all in. He
Yeah, and
takes.
after g takes f6, I play queen to h5 check,
Hmm. Does this
and
work?
after he plays knight g6, I play rook to d7,
Okay.
and
Wow.
okay, now he has to play queen to c8, and okay, I thought that I will play after queen to c8, I will play something like queen f6, and I have enough compensation. So
Queen
that is
h6.
yeah, with the idea of playing queen g7 and okay, maybe queen f7 mate, or maybe grab the h7 pawn first and attack somewhere.
Nice, Hiram. Actually, this is very, very interesting way you played because you are right now a full rook down, but you see that all his pieces are not able to get
Passive.
into the game, and that is the reason why you. I like it. I'm very impressed. By the way, did you consider here a move like queen into d7?
Yeah, I think I saw that
Because after
yesterday.
take, I believe that this could be a better position for black to aim than what he did in the game. I mean, this could still be completely fine for you, but in the game, he just landed in a very passive. I mean, not in the game, but this variation which you showed after rook
Yeah,
d7. Because here he has two rooks for the queen, and perhaps a playable position. No?
yeah, maybe, but I thought that if he castles, then he will be a simple pawn up, and I won't have that much of counterplay.
I'm
So
not
I
sure.
went for that.
I'm not sure. For example, yeah, that is true that right now this pawn is also under attack. Like after bishop c3, knight e4 is a threat. Because I was thinking maybe we can think of g4, g5 plans,
So
which is kind
okay,
of,
after castles,
yeah, which is kind of in your spirit, right? But let's say, for
yeah.
example, if I go g4, he takes here, and takes on e4.
Oh, but why? I think we should not hurry. We should first um,
We should first
bishop
remove our
g.
bishop, right? I mean,
Yeah, maybe bishop g.
maybe
Oh no,
bishop
bishop g7.
f2 here,
Yeah, bishop f2 is fine.
possibly. Because
Bishop f2
bishop
and
f2,
g4.
I'm thinking, what if knight c5, putting more pressure on e4. He's not so bad in this position. Like
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
he has been able to activate his pieces.
Mm. No, actually, the position is equal. I think it is equal because black has a pawn, but white has completed his development and he has started some attack. So maybe white had some compensation for the pawn, but as many people say, a pawn is a pawn. So I think black will hold somehow.
I think Ilam Parthi suggests an interesting idea which I just saw now, which is after g4. He says if you take, there is bishop f7,
Oh,
king
oh,
f7,
wow.
and queen c4.
And queen to c4 check. Wow.
And then try to take
Yes.
this. I'm not sure if it's still enough, but it's something. I mean, if there's something going on. Let's say king f8. And now I can even consider knight moves like knight d5 if it's working. Maybe not. Maybe they are not
Yeah,
working.
I think we can take knight takes e4 also with the idea of maybe no knight takes
Yeah, knight takes e4. No, no, I'm
knight
sorry,
and
I'm sorry. I did something wrong. Bishop c3, of course, first.
oh
B
yeah,
into c3, because otherwise
okay.
I'll just take the knight. Knight into
Oh, just
e4.
take the knight over.
Take,
Yeah,
and queen c4.
and then queen c4.
And king f8, and now take on e4. And maybe this
Hmm.
position is interesting because he's lost his right of castling. And then maybe you can always think about g5 f6 pushes in the position. Could be risky for
Yeah,
black. coming back, if g4 he doesn't take, and if he castles here, this is also interesting
Oh,
because now g5.
but I think why will he castle? I mean, he might sense the danger
Yeah,
here.
but my point is that if I'm able to attack your center, and if I get this king here, you don't have this bishop f7 ideas, maybe you have overextended your position. I'm not so afraid of your attack.
But after, for example, if I play g5 here, as you said,
Yeah, it looks it,
now you will take bishop takes c3 or something.
yes, but now this is hanging, right?
Yeah, with the idea of queen g4 maybe.
Yeah, next move I'll take rook d7, maybe queen g4 is coming, fg7. This looks scary. This looks very scary. So maybe here g4 is not such a foolish idea to play. And here, if he takes, and now castles, I think that looks more likely, because now the point is, if I go g5, you take on e4, and there is no bishop f7 as well, and the knight is defended.
Oh.
But I feel that you have given up your key bishop here on b4, so maybe I can go bishop c1. I'm not sure, because bishop c1, my threat is g5 now, and you could play knight c5. I wanted to try with bishop a3, but already this is too much of material I've given, like knight e4, and it seems like black is just okay. I mean, black is doing very fine. So maybe this entire concept with g4.
If we try bishop f2 after g4, bishop c3, bishop c3, bc3, castles.
Very good.
Now I play bishop f2.
Keeping an eye on
Yeah,
this.
and I'm keeping the eye on the c5 square. Now the point is I want to play g5.
Yeah, very possible. Very possible. How does he stop this? I think g5 is a very big threat. If he goes h6, you can go h4.
Oh, h4.
And then he may try to stop this with knight h7, but it is passive. It is passive, and you have compensation. I mean, if I start the engine, I'm sure it will show that this position is around equal, or at least maybe even that's my feeling. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. I always like to test myself.
Yeah, and one more question. I mean, should we put the games on engine?
g5 takes
knight
g5, and maybe bishop h4, and this is how you're playing. Yeah, you're just going into the attack like now there is no care in the world. You have weaknesses all over, but you want to checkmate this guy. That's the only thing that is on your mind. So I believe after e5, let's go g4. Let's try to think if this move makes anything that black can do. I would say black can go h6, or we need to a little bit carefully look at bishop c3, knight e4, bishop f7, king f7, and queen c4. What is happening here? Maybe, or you also have to look at king f8 in this position.
My feeling is white is better here, because even if you play king f8, I can
bishop e6.
Maybe I can play.
I like this bishop e6 because even if you can win an exchange like knight into c3, I still am very scared. Like, for example, I can go. I'm not sure about the exact move. Maybe queen c4, knight d1, rook d1, and you can see that this position is very, very dangerous for black, because knight is hanging. Bishop c5 is coming. There's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So, if he takes, king takes, and queen c4, king f8 takes, again you have to assess this position whether this is good for you or not. I think it looks good, at least, because now you have g5.
No. And queen c4. I think first you. After knight f6, first I think we should play bishop c5 check.
Bishop c5 check. Yeah. And then king g8.
Queen g8.
Yeah, queen c4. I want to go queen f7. But I already feel even if you get this end game like takes and g5
On G5.
and then
Yeah,
rook
great.
coming into d7,
Rook to D7. This is very dangerous for black.
he may block here, but c4. I get this feeling
Yeah.
that this is dangerous, very dangerous. So
Okay.
your idea of bishop e6, Hiram, I have a question.
Yeah.
What if I just castle here? I mean, I'm not interested in touching your bishop. What was your plan?
Yeah. So the point was I take bishop takes D7
Yeah, then I take back.
and then F6.
Ah, you want to do this.
This is this is what happened, but just take back
This happened
a
in the
little
game?
bit. Yeah. This happened in the game. He played G6. Now the point was now when I checked this with the engine shows you should not castle. So one more move back. Yeah. So now Samir in fact castled. He also got scared of the attack. But what actually happened that the engine shows knight c5.
Mm-hmm.
So you should play knight to c5.
Yeah.
And here I saw that when I was considering the move bishop e6 in my candidates were bishop f7, bishop e6, and some moves, maybe bishop g5 and something like that. So when I was considering the move bishop e6, he played knight c5, and I saw queen c4 here. So I thought that white is winning even after queen c4. Okay, I am getting a piece. But then I missed the move queen e7.
Queen e7 is a nice
And
move because it defends c5.
yeah.
Also, now you're threatening to take on e6.
Yeah, and when I saw this that I missed this, I was very I was shocked. I thought that okay, I thought for so long because I took almost 10 minutes to find the move bishop e6, and when I saw that oh no, I just missed a two move variation, I was lost. So basically, my question was that now I played this move bishop e6 with a strong player. I mean, a player who is rated about 2300. So what if I get a player who is a lower rated player or something? So should I continue with this style, or should I play the moves like you said that G4, G5, something like this?
I mean, it's
I
a
mean,
question of style. For example, bishop e6 didn't
yeah,
work here, but in particular, I'm very impressed with this creative idea because I myself would not have thought of it very easily. For example, the first moves that come to my mind here are say g4 and maybe bishop moving the bishop to g5 and all of these normal moves.
yeah,
But the fact that you are creatively thinking of this moves is a big strength that you have, and that is why you
mhm,
shouldn't really be giving up. In fact, you should be looking at opponent's defenses a little more carefully. Like, I'm sure you considered castles and you thought of take
yeah,
and f6, which is very good, and you
yeah.
also considered fe6, which is
No, actually, I even saw the move.
you also saw knight c5, but you missed that after queen c4 there is queen e7.
Yeah, queen c4, queen e7. I
But
missed
you know,
this.
Hiram, I have a feeling that even after queen c4, fe6, this position might be okay for black.
But if I take bishop takes c5,
Yeah, but okay. Can I take back?
okay, and after queen takes,
Yeah, queen takes.
queen takes c5.
Maybe queen e7. You have queen e5. Yeah, possibly white is better here, right?
Yeah, I thought that white is better.
Yeah.
This is what I actually saw that he cannot take fe6, and that's why I played this. But that didn't work actually.
Okay. Okay.
So even if I get some, I mean, some low-rated opponents or
I
such
think
players, still I should
I think the
continue with this
chances of
style.
your lower rated opponents finding the defense knight c5, queen e7 is lesser than an IM finding it. So in a way,
Yeah, yeah,
if you do
obviously.
play this, I think do study games of Tal. I think they will help
Yeah,
you. Try to see his decisions which he makes with these bishop into e6, sometimes bishop into g6. You know, he plays some sacrifices where there is a defense. Like if you look at it with the engine, you will understand there is a defense, but the opponent is unable to find it. So what you do in chess, if you want to learn something, you don't really kind of go in a structured way like, okay, here A, I should play bishop e6, B, I should sack my bishop, C, I should do this. What you do is you see a lot of things and you absorb the concept subconsciously, not even at a conscious level. You are looking at Tal's games and you are understanding, oh, this is a defense possible here, oh, this is happening in this game. You are not just learning, you are just trying to absorb things. And then you will see when you play a game, you will be able to spot your moves much faster, opponent's defenses much clearer, and stuff like that. So I think for your style which you love, seeing Tal's games is a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, Hiram, I think
And
very good game, very interesting game. Keep going, yeah, you're playing well.
yes, sir. Just one last
Yeah.
question. Sir, I study books like Perfect Chess or the Woodpecker Method. But what happens after a while? I mean, after I have seen much of them, I get bored. So I feel like I should skip to another book, or I should do something else. So some other book. So should I change between the books, or should I continue with one book and finish it and then go on to the next book?
Okay. Why do you feel like shifting from your incomplete book to the next book?
Yeah, because basically now perfect chess or the woodpecker method, they are basically studies. So I solve a lot of them, but after a while I get bored. So
Why do you
I
get
feel like
bored?
I should study.
Why do you get bored? Because you are not interested in solving those positions?
No, maybe because of the continuous repetition, it becomes bored. Because the woodpecker methods, you have to solve the same problems 7 times, and to build up your strength, to see the
Yeah.
variations
Yeah.
quickly.
Well,
So if
I mean,
I
in an ideal world, I would say that you should finish every book before going to the next one. But I think for different people, things work differently. For example, you are going to do CA, you said, right?
yeah.
So when you study for, let's
Oh,
say,
no. I left the course. I mean, I cleared my foundation, and then I told that
you're
okay, I
not
will.
doing, okay. But
No.
let's say any exam that you're studying for, some people can take one subject, finish it entirely, and then move to the next one. Some people
Yeah.
try to do two subjects. So in the morning they study one subject, let's say accounts, and in the evening they will study the other one, let's say financial planning. So in this way, what happens is they don't get bored of something. And you need to understand yourself better, because it's easy to say like to yourself, no, I should finish this book entirely. But if you're not able to grasp the concepts, if it's becoming too much, why don't you make it in a way which suits you? There are no fixed rules, right, to success. For example, today I go
Yeah.
and interview Gukesh and he says I don't use an engine. I go and interview Nihal Sareen and he says I use engine. Today I go and interview Harika and she says she never went to school. When I interview Weibo Suri, he says that when I go to college, I enjoy myself and I get fresh. All are successful. All of these people are have their own success
Oh,
story. So for you, if reading a book fully is becoming stressful, why don't you break it up? Why don't you say, okay, I'll read this much, then I'll go to the next book, then I'll read a few parts, then I'll come back. But I think it's important that which books are good, you try to complete them, because there might be something interesting which you're missing out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And also Perfect Your Chess, I think, is a beautiful book. In fact, it's by Volokitin and Grabinsky, I think.
Gabinski.
And these
Yeah,
some of the
Gabinski.
positions there are excellent, like, so don't miss out on those, some of the nice ones, like you might end the book at halfway and there are some very nice ones later on. And somewhere we get this feeling that something new may give us more value than something which is kind of half left. this is
Kind of
this is some
halfway.
always a thought. Like if I'm reading my great predecessors, I start off with by saying, wow, all classics, I will learn a lot. Then after 30 pages I'll be like, okay, now how about woodpecker method, it'll give me the edge. This feeling is always there, that when we start something, it's the freshness that pushes us. But when we do something it starts becoming a little boring and old. So what I would recommend you to do in such a situation is not look for something external, like, hey, this is going to lead to an improvement, hey, this I my rating will boost up, or I'll become a stronger player, I'll become an IM, I'll win against GM or whatever. Just try to figure out whether you are improving as a chess player or not. So try to analyze yourself, try to see if you see right now you showed me a game. I don't know what it's going to help me with, whether bishop e, but I learned something. I learned maybe g4 is an idea. So when you have this attitude of learning all the time, then it doesn't matter which book it is, how many pages you read, what you are doing. More important is to keep learning every moment, that you are doing.
Yeah, so thank you, sir. Thank you for your words of
Yes.
wisdom.
All right, Hiram. Thank you for joining and good
Yeah,
luck to you.
thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's go to the next one. I think we'll have one more. Maybe in between we can then later on check Weibo's games. By the way, Weibo Saraswat, thank you for your super chat. Very kind of you. Hiram disconnect. Okay. Let's go to the queue and see who's next. हम आए यूपी बिहार लूटने. अरे अरे अरे, हम आए हैं यूपी बिहार लूटने. Nice. Who is he? I'm interested to see. Hello? Sachin Samant in the chat. So, by the way, guys, Sachin Samant is father of a very talented youngster in Pune. His name is Aditya Samant, and very nice to have you, Sachin, here. Is Hum Aaye Hai UP Bihar Lootne available? Can you hear me? You're making me read your name so many times. Come on, speak up. Okay, he's left. He wants to go and loot UP Bihar, so no need for chess improvement. Chess on Mars. Okay, nice. Chess on Mars is an interesting name. Let me see where he is. Hello, Chess on Mars. Are you on Mars or Earth?
Hi, hello.
Hello. Hi. Where are you?
Hi, I am here. I'm in Dr. Cheslaubi.
You're in, but are you from Mars or on Earth?
I'm from Pune.
You are from Pune. Oh, can you switch on your camera?
Yeah, one second. One second. Now I'll just. Hi, Sagar. Good morning.
Hi. I can't see you yet. What's your name?
Kunal.
Sorry?
Kunal, actually. So, Kunal
Kunal.
P87 is my chess
Hi, Kunal.
username.
Kunal. Very
Hi,
nice
hi.
to see you.
Yeah. Good to see you as well. And good to talk to you.
Yes. So tell us about yourself. Why are you in Pune? I believe for work, or you live in Pune?
So basically, I am from Chiprun, which is in Ratnagiri. I
Okay.
am born there. Then I came to Mumbai. I studied there in engineering. I completed my engineering there and worked there for almost 10 years. And now, since last 3 years, I'm in Pune for work.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and you got
Yeah.
interested in chess during the lockdown, or you were always interested? How was it?
No. I started way back in 90s actually. Actually, I got inspired with Prathamesh Mokal.
Ah,
He had come to play one tournament in Chiprun, and he inspired a lot of players there. So I started very early, I would say.
wow.
I, in fact, represented my schools as well. But then later on, there was a lot of gap. Of course, we lost touch with chess. But with now you, Samay, everyone glorifying chess. I it's like I'm playing chess almost 2 hours a day now, right?
Fantastic. Very
Managing my
happy.
work and playing chess, and then
Where do you
giving some
work?
time to family as well. I work with a company called Tech Mahindra.
Okay, so you are a full-time job in Tech Mahindra, yet you find time for chess every day for a couple of hours. That's already inspiring.
Yes, I taught my wife as well, and she never thought she would play chess, but since this lockdown, she has started playing chess. She plays four hours a day now. Like
Really?
she's
Really?
really trying her best.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow. What a way to
that's
keep it
actually good.
going. Keep it. Yeah, I think teaching your family members is the best way to ensure that your chess career keeps going, because then they are also like
Yeah.
interested in it. So tell me, how can I help you? How strong are you?
Okay, so my peak rating was somewhere in the 1600s. Not I don't have a FIDE rating though. I represented my corporate as well, right? So and I played with FIDE rated players, and I find uh, okay to play with 1400s, 1500s, but yeah, later on it gets little tough. So my I mean, where I'm struggling right now is I come from a very classical chess background, right? In fact, since last 2 3 years only, I've started playing the rapid and the blitz parts, right? Even 30 minutes at that time was very very fast chess for me, right? And now, if I look at it, if I want to enjoy my games, right, it's more of a blitz now. Everywhere it's a blitz, 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 right? So I kind of come to a stronger position, and then come to a time pressure, and then somehow start losing.
Right.
So in fact, my bliss rating dropped from 1250 to around 1000 because of a lot of times I got flagged. So that was my actually what would be your approach, right? How is it, how to come to a blitz mindset, knowing that you grew up with classical chess? So I used to, even Sagar, I used to play in Nutan. I played there 3 years.
In Sangli?
If you know, yeah, Nutan in Sangli.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic, fantastic. And the fact
yeah,
that you played in Sangli, which is like the chess mecca of Maharashtra as well as India,
yeah.
itself shows
Yes,
that
yes.
you are a very you have been playing chess in a way where you understand the game deeply. I get your question, but also, I mean, do you want to improve your blitz, or are you asking what is the best way? Should you play blitz or should you not play blitz?
Actually, I'm in a dilemma. I really want to get into a FIDE rating and pursue chess. To be honest, at least my target is I should at least grow up to 1800s or 1900s. Right? I really want to do that.
Yeah.
Sincerely want to
So,
do that.
so, so for
But I want to
example,
enjoy. Yeah, yeah.
let's say you are. I mean, let's try an analogy. For example, you go to a show and you see people doing these wheelies and these stunts on bikes. Okay, and you are like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, this is amazing. I need to learn this. But your priority in life is to get a car because you feel that it's safe. Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
you're going to buy a car, but you want to learn the other thing. It doesn't make too much of sense. For example, if your priority right now is that you want to get a rating in classical chess, then maybe trying to improve your blitz skills and then going to a chess tournament will hardly help you, because it will be like you will get 90 minutes and you will have 5-minute games practice that you are doing. So it should be quite clear, but I understand that people want to improve all parts of their chess. They want to get better at classical chess. They
Correct.
also want to work on their blitz skills, and that's true. But when you have limited time, when you are a professional, you can't be doing multiple things. That's why I think it's very important to set your priorities, where what you want to do. I know blitz is fun and interesting, but losing is no fun. Yeah, like on losing on time. So
Yeah. True.
in that
True.
sense, I would say try to stick to 20-30 minute games if you can get opponents for that. It will be more useful when you actually go and play in tournaments.
Yeah.
But if you want to get better at blitz, I would say start with maybe increments. For example, 5 minutes plus 3 second increment. Because what will happen is once you get a piece of position, moves are easier to make. and with every move you make, you get 3 seconds more.
Yeah, that's correct. So I kind of find that a little bit more helpful, because with increments you have a chance to at least survive the one game, like advantage game, I would say, not one game, but advantage game, and not get flagged. So yeah, I'll
Yeah.
definitely try
So
that more.
start with increment, and also I feel try to improve your chess strength if you are planning to get a FIDE rating, and in blitz you can't do that very well. For example, to think in a position, what are my options, what is my opponent going to do here, what are the candidate moves, how can I calculate a few moves ahead. When you start thinking this, you already see that 1/5 of your time is gone, and you are like, no, let me make moves quickly. And then it's more like you're
Right.
going through. So I wouldn't recommend this to everyone who is enjoying chess, but the fact that you have played classical chess before, and the fact that you want to come back to chess, means that you can sort of play longer games. You can have the patience to do that, and I think you should.
That's great. That's great.
It's
Thanks, Sagar.
difficult. It's difficult to get maybe 30-minute opponents, right, in online chess, because many people don't
Yeah,
prefer.
and correct. And even like in this lockdown, right? If you want to play tournament, because tournament is something that keeps you going, right? Knowing that you're competing in something. 30-minute tournaments become little boring in a way that opponents take time unnecessarily, like just to if they're already in a lost position, they somehow don't make a move. So it's very difficult to play even 30-minute tournaments online. So that sense, I have started playing more of blitz, but again I'm struggling in blitz. Yeah.
I think one way to do this is basically you use a laptop with a computer screen, and next to it have an actual chessboard, and then you kind of transport yourself to a tournament hall. Like you think of yourself that you
Yeah.
are playing in, let's say, Sangli tournament, and there's an opponent sitting opposite you, and you try to get closer to a tournament like experience. And then you think, what will my opponent, because when you play online you have very little to lose at that point, because you have not spent time and effort traveling anywhere. You just started a game.
Yeah.
You may have disturbances,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
not given up. So basically, even if you lose a game, you're like, okay, close it, let me start a next game. But this doesn't happen when you play a rating tournament. Let's say you go somewhere, you spend time, it's like a 7-day event, and all of that. That's when the loss really hits you. When you lose a game, you're like, oh, I came here, I had to play. And so I think better to start preparing in that sense. Like you can imagine yourself that this is a tournament. You can say, from today for the next 7 days I'm going to play a tournament on my own. You don't need to organize it. On my own, this will be 9 long games, and I want to see how many points I score. It's just a challenge for yourself, and you can have a
Oh
board
yeah.
with you
Right.
of 30 minutes. You can have a
Yeah.
score
Yeah.
sheet next to you. You can make, or maybe your wife can make your opponents move, or you can yourself make them, and just play a tournament. I think it can be interesting format to try.
Yeah. That's very interesting. That's very
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Closer you make your practice sessions to your actual tournament that you want to go, I think the better your performance could be.
Great.
Okay, Kunal, thank
Sagar,
you.
can
Yeah,
we? Okay, go ahead.
yeah, tell me.
Can we discuss one game of mine? I just want to discuss some like where I get stuck and maybe your ideas. But if it is too much, then maybe we can do it
Do
later
you
on.
have
Yeah.
the game with you?
Yeah. I have the game with me. Should I send you the FEN
Yes, PGN.
PGN? Okay, one
You can
second.
just copy paste the notation in the chat.
Yeah. Should I paste it on your to you directly?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the this apna Discord.
Discord. Yeah. Okay. Add a note and
Okay, this
just.
game. All right, this is cool. Which game?
Yes, you have sent me hi. Yeah,
Chess.
I've sent you two games. Any one of those actually. Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking this one.
actually the first one, right, on leeches. It shows what is my struggle with blitz time control. So maybe we can. That's a good one. That's against 1799 opponent
Okay, let's check
against
that.
Wildbird. Yeah. How do I see my screen? See your screen?
Can you see my screen? I am already shared it.
One second.
You have to click on watch stream on there.
Yeah, one second. Yeah, fine. I think you can go ahead. Not waste time.
Okay, so you are playing white against
So you have opened with the
Wildbird.
wild bird. Yeah, that's 1799 opponent again playing a 10. I'm playing a 10-minute game, and I come under severe time pressure after certain moves. Though it's a very advantage game, I was able to finish it, but just with maybe 10 seconds in my bucket at the end.
You won it?
And he had almost 3 4 minutes. That is how
Okay.
fast difference is.
So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6. Oh, you go for this
We go with
attack,
Italian,
knight
trying
g5,
to do a right lever.
d5, ed, knight f5. Very
Since
good.
he is a 1799, he successfully
Yeah, your
defends it.
opponent knows the stuff. Queen e2. Do you know? Have you prepared this move or what is it?
Can you hear me?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Oh yes, I can hear you now. I had lost your audio.
Yeah, Queen e2 is preparation for you or you played it over the board?
I played it over the board. I don't have any preparations, to be honest.
Yeah, because
Not studied out
I
much.
feel that the right move here is bishop b5 check, c6, dc, bc, and then now bishop d3 or bishop e2. These two are good moves in this position. Queen e2 means I think he can just take your bishop, queen takes, and then already he can push. Maybe he can take queen into d5 as well, or
Yeah, I'm losing a pawn there. Yeah.
not losing. You already won a pawn, so it might be just like getting back, but it's a toothless way to play, like queen e2. It's not like a losing move or anything. He played c6. Did you consider taking the pawn on e5?
Yes, I did consider that, but I had other ideas. I think
No.
here,
I think here
wherein
dc6 looks stronger. Yeah, dc6 because now f7 is under pressure. So he played knight c6. Now you took queen d4. Okay, let's take a rook. Now your rook up, pawn up, bishop g4. He has some activity, but let's play f3. Yeah, good move. Bishop h5, c3. Okay, queen c5.
So for instance, like just go back to that c3. C3 took me around 2.5 minutes.
Why?
Here I got a little bit lost. It didn't come naturally to me. I was, speculating on whether it is g4 to push the bishop further back, or should I do some, because I'm very lacking in my development. So should I go with the development
I think first
of my
priority
knight?
here after winning a rook is to finish development. So if you go, let's say d3 also, I believe d3 is a nice move. Because my point is,
so,
I want to develop my knight to c3 and I want to play bishop e3 and finish my development as quickly as possible. I don't want to push your queen away for now or stuff like that.
Right. So again, after 2.5 minutes, like I thought, like let's I'm losing a lot of time, so let's go with this. Just push his queen back, just to.
I mean, my problem with c3 is that where can I develop my knight on b1? I will find some problem with that. Anyway, c3 is not a bad move at all. Queen c5, b4, queen b6, and d4. You're taking a lot of risks. And unnecessary risks also. And then he played a very good move. He long castled. It is like, he's trying to get ahead in development in a way. But okay, let's long castle. You played knight f7. He played rook d7, and you took on e5. Okay, what if here knight f7, rook d7. I was thinking, can you castle, like, sort of try to finish your development, but then he may take on f7.
Yeah, so my I don't want to lose my
Yeah,
knight,
okay,
right? So I
knight
kind of
e5,
defended that.
knight e5. And why didn't you take here d into e5? Or after knight e5, knight e5, taking on e5? Doesn't that look okay?
It looked natural, but I think I went with castling, right?
No, you
Next
played
move, no.
bishop e6. You went bishop e6, but I don't see why you should
Oh
not
yes,
take
yes,
on
I went
e5.
for that. I went for, I think, that pin that I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, but queen into e6 is a free piece.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Okay.
that
I
was
lost it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a blunder actually. I would say yeah. D into e5 looks pretty good.
Okay. So maybe that was more natural, but I think I the time was hardly 1.5 minutes by this time. I think,
By
if I'm
this
not wrong.
time, Kunal, you should not come to 1.5 minutes, and if you come to, then you shouldn't play 10-minute games.
True.
Yeah.
That's my struggle. Yeah. So, but I think you suggested some good ideas which I can implement. Yeah.
Yeah, and then later on, you started developing. There were a lot of piece blunders that happened in this game. Like he gave up first f7, h8, then you gave up a bishop on e6, and I believe you wouldn't do this if you have time in the game.
True.
So more important, I think, is that you play longer games. That is very important.
Yeah. I think Blitz is not suiting in
Yeah.
a way that it doesn't get that natural game in me. Yeah.
I would
So
say the example
this is
of
why.
Samay is a very good example that he chooses his time controls very well. So first he started off with
Mhm.
10-minute or longer games. Then he became stronger and 10 minutes started to feel like a lot. And so he started playing blitz 5
Yeah.
minutes, 3-minute games. Now that he's reached 1400 and he's finding difficult opponents, once again he switched back to 10-minute games. So you see, it's like at every level, when you want to improve, you will face difficulty. Like today, if I give you a 1000 rated player, for you 10 minutes might be okay. But if you're facing a stronger opponent, maybe you need more time.
Correct. Okay.
Okay, take
So
care,
thanks,
Kunal.
Sagar, and
Bye.
really appreciate the work that you have been doing. Go and power to you, man.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much, Kunal. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was Kunal in India, in Pune, not on Mars. But now, as promised, we have to look at games of Weibo. Where is Weibo? Oh, I can't see him in the list. Weibo, are you there? Weibo Saraswat? You did send me the games. I don't remember. I didn't copy them. I should check them because his rating is 274 and our aim is to push him to 500 by next week. Shall we do that? Let's try. I am. Can you guys help me with finding where Weibo is? Yeah, he's here. Okay, got it. So let me see the games where he has sent. Okay, let's see this first game. In this, he's black. He's won it. Okay. E4, E5, knight C3, knight F6, F3. So Vaibhav is black. Knight C6, D3, bishop C5. You've been playing fantastic. Queen E2, D6, very good. So you developed all your pieces. You are looking towards the center. Put the pawns. Bishop E6, again fine. Takes, very good. Queen e7. Why don't you castle, Vaibhav? For example, here, after d6, I would, castle. And it looks like fine move. Okay, but anyway, you played queen e7, not bad. Knight h3. Oh, you wanted a long castle. Okay, no, that's fine. h6, he went back. And now tell me, why this move h5? For example, you can just play your knight to d4, attacking his queen. And this is a very strong square for the knight to be on. But okay, you played h5, which is not such a great move. He went g4. You took rook d4. Now, once again, always before making your move, ask yourself, is one of my opponent's pieces hanging? Now, in this position, if you look closely, there is one of the piece that is hanging. Okay. I don't know if, by the way, can I get Vaibhav on the call? Let's see. Maybe I can get him here. It could be nice to move to Vaibhav. Can you hear me? Hello, Vaibhav. Can you hear me? Can you switch on your camera? Is it possible?
Weibo, can you hear me? Good morning.
Yeah. Hi, Vaibhav.
Hello.
Vaibhav, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, very well, very well. So our aim is to make you reach 500 by next week.
Maybe.
I want to just ask you a couple of questions. First of all, can you see my
Yes, sir.
screen? Can you see the chessboard?
Okay, sir. Just a minute. I'm clicking on it. Yes, sir. I can watch this now.
Okay. So this is your game that you played, I think, yesterday on
Yeah.
chess.com, and you are black, and your opponent's last move was g4.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you took the pawn, he took the pawn, and now what I want you to do is look at this position and tell me if any of your opponent's pieces is hanging. Try to spot which are the pieces in the position that you are attacking and that are not defended.
I can't find a piece, sir.
So
which
for
is not
example, let's try to think which are the checks, captures and threats that we have been learning. I think you know it, that in every position you look at checks, you look at captures, and you look at threats. In this position, there are no checks to the white king, but you will see there are a few captures. Can you tell me which are the captures?
I can take by my knight, which is on f3, f6.
Yeah.
But queen will take, and if I take this pawn, then this pawn will take.
Yeah. Anything else that you can spot?
And
Look at the entire board. So you saw two captures.
Okay. Then I can take from my bishop. I can take from my bishop on e6 to h7
To
and
a2 to this
no,
pawn.
but that is also protected by knight.
Very good, very good. Is there any other pawn? Is there anything else that your piece can capture?
Rook can take that pawn on D file, but
Very good, very
that
good.
is
But
also
it's also
protected.
protected, so nothing much. Anything else?
No, sir, I can't find
What
anything.
can this guy take?
Okay, this will take the knight, but bishop will take.
Very good. So you can see that as well. Now you saw this bishop can go in this direction. Let's look at the bishop in other direction. Can it take something?
Yeah, can take that pawn, which is again protected by the queen.
But when the queen takes, what will you do?
Okay, I can take with knight.
Fantastic. So you have two attacks on that. He has only one defense. So you can actually take it here.
Okay.
So whenever you are going to make a move now from henceforth in your games, before making your move, you will ask is what are the pieces that my pieces can capture? Is there any pawn? Is there any piece that is hanging? And when you look at your pieces attacking two pieces attacking a point and he has only one defender, then you can win it.
Okay.
Okay, so you played the move rook d4, which was not such a good move, but you could have taken bishop into g4 here. And now I have one more question for you. If he plays queen g2, what will you play?
Queen g2. Then I will take the rook.
Very good. So you can take the rook. What is the other option? Can you tell me other option? Always, Weibo, I don't know what do you do for a profession? What's your...
I'm a teacher.
You are a teacher. So whenever you will,
Yeah.
whenever you are going to do certain things, you always look at options. So for example, you saw this, but then look at other options in the position. What other move can this bishop make?
I can't find one.
Think. The bishop can take one more piece in the position. Look at all the captures.
Okay.
What you are doing is
It can take the knight.
very good. So the bishop always moves in two ways. So you are only looking at one way. This is also hanging.
No, but queen is protecting
And
it. Then I can't. Okay, I can take by rook.
Very good,
Yeah. Oh,
very
I
good.
didn't see that.
So you see your pieces. What you need to do is you need to be very concentrated when you are playing, because there are pieces long range which are supporting the another piece. So here
Other pieces.
you could have taken this. By the way, what is the value of a rook? How many points?
3. Oh, sorry. Rook. Sorry, it is value of bishop. Rook's value is 5. Maybe I
Yes,
forgot.
five. So when you do this, how much value did you get by taking the rook?
I get 5, but and my bishop will be only of 3, so I will be 2 plus.
Yes, so you get 2. Now, when you take here, what do you get? How much is a knight worth?
Knight is same to bishop,
Yes,
maybe
3. So when you take this, he cannot take with the queen because your rook is here. So was this a better option or was this a better option?
Yeah, that taking the knight
Very good.
was
Very
the better
good.
option.
So this way you try to assess by the points. Okay, right now you need to do it that way. Then slowly you will understand it better. Let's look at your game further. Rook d4, queen e3, rook d8. Very good. Actually, you are playing pretty well. Knight g4, queen g3, knight f6, knight d5. Yeah, you took. Pawn takes. You took here. I think Weibo, you are not at all rated 300. I don't know why. I mean 274. Why is your rating so low? You're playing very well.
Sir, that's what I want to ask. I have one problem that I just I just can't keep the whole board in my mind actually. So I just lose that. Okay, the opponent's that piece is hanging, or maybe that kind of thing. I just can't find those. I just remain concentrated in small part of board.
Yeah,
That's the
correct.
move I can only
So
see.
what
That is the
you should
problem.
do is, for example, in every position, you should look at all your pieces and see the squares that it can go to. For example, here, try to find a good move for black. Let's see. So look at all your pieces and try to see where they can go to. Just look at all the directions. Let's start with the any piece that you want. Which piece do you want to start with?
Queen takes knight.
Absolutely.
That will also give check to king.
Absolutely. That was the best move, but you didn't make it in the game. And you see it. See, right now, you can see it
That
instantly.
is the problem.
The problem is that you can spot it instantly. The only thing is you are not looking. So,
Yeah.
just now tell me one more thing. With this knight, can you give a fork in the position?
Yeah, to the both rooks, I can play. Okay, I'm. That is what is this? Yes,
Very
F2.
good.
If I
Knight
play
f2.
this knight at F2.
So I already believe that if you do these few simple things, Vaibhav, one is that
Yeah.
try to let me just save your game so that I have this always with me. Uh, yeah, I'll save it here. So my first advice to you is that whenever it's your move, look at every piece that you have, every, and try to see all the squares that they can go to. And look at
Okay.
checks, captures, and threats on every move. Look at if you can give your opponent a check. Look at if you can give a capture. At first, it will seem very difficult because every move you do this, it will be like, oh, I have 10 pieces. I have to do for every piece. I have to check what is captures, checks, all of this. But do it for 5 games and the speed will increase in you.
So one question I have.
Yeah.
I just know one opening, that is E4, then knight, and that.
Yeah.
But I just after that those both knights, or maybe if I found that I also promote that D4 pawn also. matlab, I just don't know where to put bishops. I just get confused. Or maybe sometimes I put a bishop at such place that I just got get
Very
checkmated.
good. So usually, you know how you should think of chess is that the center is the most important. For example, do you know which are the central squares on the board?
Yeah, E4 and D4
E4, D4, E5, D5.
and D5. Oh yeah.
These are the 4. So if you can develop any of your piece controlling these central squares, it could be very good. So now tell me, you want to put your this bishop controlling one of these 4 squares. How can you do that?
I can put this bishop at C4.
Very good. So one is you can put your bishop here. What is the other one?
Again, this
Yes,
bishop.
this bishop only. This is one way. Here it will be very active. What is the other way?
D3.
D3, very good. Anything else that comes to your mind?
No, if I will go B5, then the pawn will come and that will
Yes.
attack. So I have to
Think a
interact with.
little differently. So right now, I think Vaibhav, you have one problem, and that is you only
Yeah.
look in one direction, and you know pieces can often move in multiple directions. So this bishop, think of something else for it.
So you want to say
Yes,
G2?
very good. So the first move, even G3, with the idea of putting the bishop here, controlling these squares is a very good idea. Any piece that controls a
But this
center.
is so backward, na. It was like only on G2.
Yes,
So I just
I
think
know.
that
I understand that it is less active. Like if you play your bishop here, it is less active than if you put your bishop here. For example, here. This is more active. But in a way, a piece which is a bishop is a long range piece. So it's like a sniper. It can also attack from here right till a8. So it's not passive because it's a long range piece. If I put a knight here, it's less active than if I put a knight here, because knight is a short range piece. It has to be active.
yes,
But
sir.
bishop
Yes,
is a
sir.
long range piece, so you can put it anywhere and it can control. So my suggestion to you is any move that usually controls the center would be a decent move most of the times. Okay?
And just last question,
Yeah.
sir, if you
Yeah.
allow me. I have found myself in some places that my opponent just have one or two pieces left, and I have both rooks and maybe sometimes queen also. But I just don't get able to
Okay.
checkmate.
I'm going to teach you one thing which will change your life. Okay? And that thing
Okay,
is
sir. Thank
it's called the, how do I call it? It's called the rolling mate. Okay, let's give the name rolling mate.
you. Rolling
Yeah.
man. Okay.
What is a rolling mate? Can you mate me with these two rooks? I'm black. You have two rooks. How do you checkmate me?
Uh, I will just a minute, sir. I have lost your screen. Yeah. So I can put this B rook to B7.
Yes. Now remember, if you keep giving checks, you will not be able to corner him. So how to corner him? For example, this rook, this king right now can move in these directions. So many directions, 8, right? It always moves at one square
Yeah.
at a time. So you need to cut this king's options. You want to cut these three options over here. These three. How do
Okay.
you do that? This.
Okay. Then I will put my rook to
Very
B6.
good. This is an excellent move. It's not a check, but you cut him off here the entirely. Okay. So his three squares are gone now. Okay. So he goes here now. Now try to cut off. Now you see the king can move on these squares. Sorry, these are gone. This rook controls.
These are the one.
So
Yeah.
now let's try to get rid of this square and this square. How do we do that?
These both squares.
Yeah.
So I don't. If I put this A rook on, yeah, I will put this A rook on A2.
A7, right? Not A2. Here is A2.
For A7.
A7.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good.
Yes,
So
A7.
now you see these squares are gone. These squares are gone. Only these three remain. So now I go back. Now what do you do? Now you need to take away these two squares.
I just. Oh, okay. I have to again take away. So I will put this A rook on A8.
If you now put, see, this A rook is controlling these three squares, right? If you move it here, the king again gets these three squares. So don't move this guy.
Okay, so I will move that
B rook.
B
Fantastic.
rook.
So you see how this rook controls these three squares and this rook controls these three squares, and it's a checkmate.
And now, yeah, that's the problem. I just think that only checks
Yes.
will result in checkmate. So
What?
I just keep on giving
Don't
checks.
give checks. What you should do is cut him off. Cut him off. So I'm going to ask you, let's say you have, now I'm going to change my stuff here. and I'm going to put my king here. You will do the checkmate. I'm giving you two queens. Don't leave me now. Checkmate me.
Okay. So
What is your first move?
queen b2,
Queen.
queen b2 to b3.
Okay, I play here.
Okay, then I play queen a1 to f6.
F6. Now imagine, now this is not a bad move, but you are kind of disconnecting these two pieces. Can you keep them like this? You know this thing which we did, the rolling thing. One guy blocks this path, the other guy starts pushing the king backwards. Can you push him back now? Use it like a roll. Like one guy cuts, the other one then gives a check, then the other one joins in, then the other one joins in, like step by step. It's like walking.
Okay, then I will go queen
Very
a4.
good. So now you see what is happening is this queen controls this queen controls this. I go up. Now what?
Now again I will go with b queen to
Very
b5.
good. It's like walking. You're taking steps. King f6.
Yeah, okay.
What do you do next?
Again, then a queen will go to a6.
Fantastic. Here.
Again, b queen to b7.
Excellent. And this?
Then it is checkmate
Beautiful.
by queen a8.
You did it. You did it. You
Yeah.
learned something very important. You learned how to checkmate, and I'm sure that you will do this. Let me do it one last time with you. This is going to be slightly tricky. I want to see how you do it. Okay? I'm going to give you two rooks. Checkmate your opponent now.
Okay, I will go to rook a to a3.
Very good.
Then I will go rook
Now I'm playing. Now I'm
h
playing
to
here.
h. Okay. Rook h to h4.
Fantastic. So you see, this time you are using from two different directions. Okay, I come here.
Okay. I will play rook a to a5.
Very good. Now I come here. Now be careful. Be careful.
Yeah, I know that king can. So I can. If I play that, I can take my rook a5 to h5.
Now, if you go to h5, the problem is you want to do like this walking, right? Steps. Now both your legs are on one line. You can't put your foot like this. Rook cannot jump here. So can you keep them both side by side?
Okay, then g5.
Fantastic. Rook g5. So now you go to the other end, and now both your rooks are back again. Let's say I play king c6.
Okay, then again I will go by rook h to h6.
Fantastic. King d7.
Okay, I will go rook g5 to g7.
Great. King e8.
Yeah, then it's just checkmate. h8, rook h to
Did you learn it?
Yeah. So, it was. I'm not believing that. Okay, I'm suggesting these moves.
You
It
have
is like
learned it. It's like walking. It's nothing but it's like step by step, step by step. So you don't give. What happens is when you give a check, the king is free to go to these squares. Then it's free to go. So what you do is you cut off him. You cut him off. one file, then you go with the other rook, you cut the other file, then you go, then you cut the other rank, sorry, this rank, then you go here, cut the other rank, then you use this guy, cut this, and finally you deliver the checkmate. So basically your rooks are moving step by step, pushing him back to the wall. It can work with the queen, it can work with the rook. Other mates are a little more complex, but I think this is enough for you. You can always push your pawn, make a queen, get two of them, and do this step by step. Yeah?
Yes, sir. And sir, thank you for whatever you are doing for chess in India, sir. And if you remember me, I have been on this live chat before, and
I
I
know
just
that
want to thank you
there
whatever
was
you are doing.
one episode where you were constantly contributing, and then you said your mother's like your card was over, then you used your mother's card or something like that. Yeah, is it true?
Yes,
I
sir.
remember.
That was it.
And
Yeah.
you have been supporting chess through on Vidit's channel. I've seen on Samai's channel.
That day, sir, you said I just said that okay, I'm just supporting, and I don't know how to play chess. After that, I started playing chess. That was the first time
If I'm
I just
not
know that okay,
mistaken,
which
you are
piece
from
moves.
Rajasthan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
properly from UP, but I used to live in Jodhpur,
Okay,
Rajasthan.
brilliant,
So
brilliant.
yeah,
Vaibhav, I wish you best luck. Your challenge is to reach 500 at the end by the next Doctor Chess session. So try to play well. I think
okay,
you
sir.
can do
Thank you,
it.
sir. Yeah,
And thank you.
yeah. Sir. Now even I have the
Yes,
confidence.
I believe
Thank
you
you, sir.
can.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys, that was a beautiful end to it. I know that it was something which was basic for many of you, but I think there are a lot of people who would really benefit if they can learn these things very quickly. Like Vaibhav here, he was not in a position to open a book, to read it, and all of that. But once he got this, it's some kind of a boost. I'm sure he will play and he will improve. I have a feeling he'll reach 500 by the next session. Let's see, let's wait. And I am really happy for everyone joining in today. It was a nice session. And to just end this, I would want to play this intro file which I had played at the start because a lot of people missed it. I'm going to play it again. And thank you all. Do like this stream and do stay in touch. Tomorrow we'll again have a session in the morning. It was in this position, some name, Agad Matarino says, keep up the good captures, sir. Thank you so much for your super chat. And so take care, guys, and I'll leave you with my video of Dr. Chess.